This is exactly right.
Sometimes the hardest part of therapy is just getting started.
For real, which is why having help that's flexible, accessible, and easy to fit into your life matters.
And that's exactly what Talkspace is designed for.
Talkspace therapy and psychiatry is covered by most insurers, and most insured members pay a copay of $0.
Part of the mission of Talkspace is to provide quality care that is accessible and affordable, whether or not you're insured.
Talkspace has really made it just a kind of no-brainer to try therapy. If you're nervous about talking to someone, if you're nervous about the money, if you're nervous about leaving the house, you don't have to deal with any of that. They have covered it. And for me, like, that is the best way to get into therapy. Take all the what ifs out.
You know you got to do it.
You know you do.
As a listener of this podcast, you'll get $80 off of your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/MFM and enter promo code SPACE80.
That's SPACE80. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/MFM and enter promo code SPACE80. Goodbye.
New beginnings are exciting, especially when they come with 4 wheels.
If you're shopping for your next car, start your search with Cars.com.
Cars.com has the tools and expert advice to help you find exactly what you're looking for.
With more than 2 million new and used vehicles nationwide, it's easy to search, compare, and find the right fit for you.
Cars.com is there when you're dreaming, planning, or ready to embrace the new.
Start your search with Cars.com.
Where to next?
Goodbye. The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye.
Let's make podcasts.
Magic.
Bling.
Hi.
Hello and welcome.
This is my favorite murder.
The Minisode.
It's a mini episode.
We read your emails.
You fucking clap or roll your eyes.
Sometimes you'll laugh. Sometimes you'll go, why do I do this to myself?
Sometimes you'll puke, which is a story.
You want to get into it?
Should I do that one first?
Kick it off.
I was going to do it last, but let's do it first.
That's a nice, you set yourself up with the perfect transition.
And I never go first, so I was not expecting this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Oh my God, it's so different.
Okay, this is called Your Podcast Makes Me Sick. Surprise ending. Karen, Georgia, and gang. I love your podcast and everything about you, blah, blah, blah. The story takes place a few weeks back. I was still in my heavy binge listening phase, having only discovered the show in April. I hopped in my car to head to the dentist and put on an episode titled Proclensity. Yay. Still my favorite word I've ever made up. Georgia shares about Typhoid Mary, and I'm getting pretty grossed out. As I'm pulling into the parking lot, Karen says, I like to imagine Typhoid Mary sat in seclusion in her room on that island and fantasized about all the different things she'd like to put her hands in. Corn chowder, mashed potatoes. And the fantasy is both bare arms go all the way in. Still love that. It's great.
It's very fun to hear back things we've said because we've done so much talking.
Yeah.
That's a good feeling.
Don't remember it. It sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
And she said, that did me in. I promptly pulled into the nearest space, opened my door, and vomited in the bushes. I had driven all the way, though, and had been looking forward to having my teeth cleaned, so I decided to just brush my teeth in the bathroom and hopefully not throw up anymore. As I sat in the waiting room, I began contemplating and decided I should probably ration myself to 1 episode a day. 4 to 6 is too many. The hygienist calls me back, and we exchange nice how have you beens when she pulls out the x-ray vest. That's when it hits me. I gasp. I gasped so loud, the guy in the next room asked what type of work I was having done. And then informed the hygienist that I can't have x-rays because I think I'm pregnant.
Oh,
She says, you think you're pregnant? I then explain how I threw up in the bushes and I usually have a pretty strong stomach. She shrugs and we skip the x-rays. I call my husband as soon as I leave and tell him about it. He picks up a test on the way home and you guessed it, Murderino Bambino on the way.
Yay!
Thank you for making me sick enough to figure out I was pregnant. Your friend in the Bay, Shay.
Shay, you have to name that baby Typhoid Mary.
Or X-ray. Typhoid Mary would be such a cute name. Oh, we saved that baby from X-ray.
That's right.
X-ray rays.
With our gross
X-rays.
imagery.
You're welcome, baby Mary.
That's so touching.
I know.
Because I absolutely thought it was going to go into I had food poisoning.
I totally did too.
Right? And maybe part of me wanted it to be that.
Maybe
or
it's like, well, this will be fun.
Now let's tell food poisoning stories.
Food
They're
poisoning
my
story.
favorite.
I do too because I've never had it.
You haven't?
I don't think I've gotten sick before from food, but I don't think I've ever had like legit food poisoning.
I've only had it twice. And the most recent time, let me just be a little gross for 1 second.
Okay.
So if you think you might be pregnant, pull over. But it's not that gross.
What if people are just like, I might be pregnant, but I'm not going to, they just pull over, all these pregnant people.
It's just everyone off the freeway.
Yeah.
I was eating dinner at Casitas del Campo, which is this awesome Mexican restaurant in LA, on Hyperion, and they do amazing shows downstairs, which is where, and of course I've talked at length about it, Golden Girls Live takes place, but upstairs is this old school Mexican restaurant. Mm-hmm. So I was sitting there with, I believe it was Chip Pope, my friend Chip Pope, I can't remember, and in the middle of this dinner, I start farting in a way that, like, it's quiet and stuff. Only I know it's happening.
Oh my God.
But the first one, I almost laughed because I was like, wow, that was a lot.
Like a public fart.
But then it keeps happening for the rest of the dinner.
Oh my God.
Like, and it was like really long, drawn out, where I was like, I don't think I've ever experienced this before. It's like more farting than not farting.
Oh my God.
And then I went home and began the worst bout of food poisoning that I'd ever experienced, to the point where I almost thought I was going to have to go to the hospital.
I have to say that it wasn't from Casita del Campo because
no.
it takes like 24 to 48 hours for whatever you ate to give you food poisoning.
And in fact, in doing that math, it is a business that's now shut down. Remember those fresh and easy grocery stores that used to be all over LA?
Oh yeah. They're like weird shrimp salads and stuff.
Yes. I got a Chinese chicken salad.
Oh my God.
And when I did the math, I was like, it was that cabbage filled Chinese chicken salad. And I haven't been able to eat anything with cabbage in it since.
Good.
Because it was so horrible.
I wouldn't either. I'm not going to either.
That was one of the grosser stories I could have told.
It was just a farting story.
But I mean, those, when you have food poisoning, because the farting approach and style is unlike anything. Like if you are sitting anywhere and the farting becomes long and powerful, get indoors, get to a bathroom.
I mean, if a fart ever surprises me, of all fucking people, something is truly wrong with my gastrointestinal. More so than it already is. Because, okay, go.
We really kicked this one off.
Well, here we go.
Hello,
it can only go
everybody.
uphill from here.
Okay, let's see. We'll start with this one. Hometown story: piano teacher nefariousness.
Mm-hmm. Never trust a piano teacher.
I mean, this one is Dear Karen, Georgia, Steven, and that's Steven spelled both ways. I grew up in a small town bordering the Jersey Shore, parentheses, I apologize on behalf of all Italian Americans from New Jersey for anything annoying we have ever done ever. Close parentheses. When I was a kid, my mom brought me to music lessons, arts and crafts, and other extracurricular activities to encourage the creative side of my child brain. Unfortunately, one of these good-hearted gestures was bringing me to a piano lesson with a creepy old pedophile.
Oh, no.
For a while, I was taking piano and guitar lessons from a nice lady who lived with her father, who also taught piano, and oftentimes stopped in during the lesson and exchanged small talk with me or my mom. He was nice, but kind of strange. He had a wandering eye and would wear one of those ties that had piano keys all the way down it. Not saying these ties make you a pervert, but come on.
They don't make you a pervert. They're just so corny.
There's a lot of corn. One day, while I was in my super Oh, well, I was in my lesson. Sorry. The father was chatting with my mom and showed her the series of superimposed photographs of children who were other students, photoshopped into random scenes, like a girl in the middle of a safari or a boy coming out of a shark's mouth. My mom was like, oh, haha, cool. But in her head was like, what the fuck? She did not want to diss the old man. He probably worked very diligently on the computer. He then told my mother that he could make a cool edited pic of her daughter.
I knew where this was going. Can I take a photo of your daughter?
If she provided a photograph of then 12-year-old me. My mom kindly but firmly responded, no thank you, and he never asked again. Fast forward a couple months later, my piano teacher canceled our lessons out of nowhere due to a family emergency with her father. My mom sent her condolences, and she assumed he just died or was very sick. A week or so later, on a warm summer day, my mom was washing the dishes and watching the news when the old man's mugshot appeared on the TV. My mom screamed so loud and for so long that my dad had to go shut the windows. Turns out contractors were renovating the piano teacher's bathroom and noticed some unusual wiring, red flag, called the cops, and nearly had a heart attack. Oh, and ripped out the walls and discovered a video camera recording system. My mother nearly had a heart attack as she realized both of us had for sure used that bathroom and all the students that were victims to his gross picture collages or home videos. The piano teacher later told my mom we might be called to testify, but we never were. Truly disturbing. Shout out to any contractors that see suspicious things and speak up. I can't imagine how many fucked up things they discovered during renovations. Because of them, this pervert will hopefully spend his last days in jail. Bye. Thanks for making this amazing podcast. I listen all the time for perspective and to remind myself of my mom saying, don't trust anyone with 2 holes in their nose. Stay sexy. And especially don't trust anyone with a piano tie, Alexandra.
Oh my God.
Holy.
The piano teacher thing, or the when you go to someone's house and someone lives with them.
Yes.
Or they're like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Isn't that from what was that show we loved, The Family? Wasn't the pedophile's mom in it a piano teacher?
With The Family, which one is that?
That was the one in the very beginning of the podcast we were really into, where the son got kidnapped as a young kid and then came back.
Oh, yes. But it turned out he wasn't really a pedophile. That was just, he was the one that had been accused of the murder of the son. And then when the son came back, he was...
No, he was a pedophile in addition to that, though.
Oh, it was Andrew McCarthy, right?
Yes. He was a pedophile. He had gotten out of prison.
So he was like innocent and guilty at the same time.
Yeah. So they thought he had something to... Yeah. It's a good show.
That was a good show.
That show. All right. Let's see here. I read that one already. This one. Okay. This one's funny. Okay. I'm not going to tell you the name of it till after because it's a clever name, but it gives it away. Okay. All right. Dear Georgia, Karen, and the MFM crew. About 20 years ago, the museum I worked at was offered some old coffins that had been unearthed during a street construction project. This is a colonial era city with a long history of relocating old churchyards to make room for urban growth. But as many horror movies teach us, graves are often left behind in the process.
That's right.
Our city workers are so accustomed to finding historic burials, they sometimes just leave them in place and build over them. Where do you think this is? I'm not going there. These burials.
They're about to explain the movie Poltergeist to us.
Yeah, but that was the valley.
So anyway, this family
colonial
moved into a house.
San Fernando Valley, historic colonial. Okay, this family is building a pool, the swimming pool.
Craig T. Nelson's there.
These burials were near the site of an old Civil War hospital, so a local historical society had them exhumed and moved to a university for further study. As it turns out, they were just regular folks, men, women, and a few children who were buried in a long-forgotten cemetery from the 1830s. The curator and I viewed the remains, which the archaeologist had placed in coffin-sized cardboard boxes. Most were just jumbled bones with some broken coffin wood mixed in, but 2 were fairly intact, including one with a full head of hair still covered by a woolen grave blanket. Ooh.
Oh.
So as I was looking at these remains, I kept noticing weird fluffy stuff mixed with these bones. It looked like plant roots or clumps of dried up grass or something. These clumps tended to be nestled near the middle of each body around the pelvis. I couldn't figure out what it was. Then I saw it. The most well-preserved body, right below the grave blanket covering her midsection, I saw the biggest, all caps, bush I had ever laid eyes on. Yes, I'm talking about pubic hair on a skeleton. See, the puffy clumps I'd seen in every coffin was pubic hair that had resisted decay for more than 150 years. Fun fact, they don't teach you this shit.
You never hear about this.
Fun fact, after all the soft bits rot away, the harder bits, including cartilage, nails, and body hair, can remain behind, stuck to the bones. Think about that next time you stroll in a cemetery. Now, I'm not pube shaming anybody here because waxing and trimming is a personal choice, and these 19th century people never heard of such things as a bikini wax. But there is something, and this is in stars, asterisks, extremely unsettling about seeing giant, gnarly, and totally untamed bush on exhumed skeletons. Up to that point in the visit, I was feeling okay, but once I realized what I was looking at, I had a swoony moment where I couldn't decide whether I would vomit or faint. Fortunately, I did neither. I also kept my mouth shut, figuring the curator didn't want to hear me freak out about dead people's pubes.
Probably.
The bodies I saw were eventually reburied respectfully in a beautiful historic cemetery in the city, pubes and all. But the museum never did take the coffins since they were too moldy and gross and filled with those loose pubes from long dead Irish immigrants.
How dare you?
She
pointed right at me.
I'm an Irish immigrant. You and your hairy bush.
We know how we are. That's part of our charm.
I learned a few things from this experience. First, I'm far more squeamish than I thought I was. I love true crime stories with the sight of real dead bodies, especially skeletons with robust growths of pubic hair, disturb me deeply. Secondly, cremation seems so much better than lying around underground moldering away for decades. I love a cemetery stroll, but I really don't want to end up decaying in one. Finally, if you're into waxing or trimming, always make sure you look your best. You might end up on display in a university anthropology lab in 180 years. Will. It is like, so I think that's the same thing with like when you see nails or teeth on us, when you see like a skull and there's teeth in it, and then you can see that they had braces or denture. Like you can see what the person's face looked like with those teeth. Yeah. And it makes it so much more real than without. Yeah. I guess pubics, or nails. If you can see like painted toenails on a skeleton, you'd be like, oh my God, this person did these things.
So they painted their nails so much it went down to the bone.
Yeah. Just that sort of thing.
Yeah, no.
It just makes it real.
Well, and also it's hilarious because I have never thought about this once. And then as you were describing that, probably because of the, Irish immigrant stuff you were saying, but I really did picture almost like a pink bush. Why? I don't know. That it would that something would catch that person's eye and then just be like, what the fuck is this?
Minute.
Now you have to rethink the whole movie, The Mummy.
Yeah. And you have to think about what kind of dye they use to make their bush pink.
Guys, we've got pubes. We've got farts.
Lots of vomit talk.
Vomiting. This is the last one.
I think this is it. No, you have two more.
I do have two more, which means you have one more, right?
I can do one more.
Or I could just do this one last one. That's kind of long. And the subject line is...
Oh, wait, actually, I'm sorry. Hold on. This was called Pubes from the Crypt.
Even though we never name the minisodes, this should be like the junior high special. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. For this one, the subject line is absolutely bonkers beef stroganoff story.
Oh, we talked about beef stroganoff in pockets. Okay.
Yep. Greetings, MFM fam. I've been tempted to write many a time. One of my childhood friends murdered another. A boy whose locker was near mine killed a woman in Florida. Jesus. And I once spent a week at a conference with Robert Durst.
What the fuck?
Shit, you better write back. Yeah. But it is Karen's mention of beef stroganoff in Minisode 80 that finally compels me to write. My dad only recently shared the story with me, and I make him tell it to everyone because it's just so beyond.
Yes.
Here it is.
Yeah. Love parent stories.
Right? Also later life parent stories, things they didn't tell you when you were a kid. It's the late 60s. My dad is 18 and it's the weekend of my aunt's wedding. My great uncle owned a nearby restaurant and offered to make the rehearsal dinner for the wedding party, their families and the priest up at our family summer house about 20 miles away. He made, you guessed it, beef stroganoff. Before I go any further, I need to tell you a little bit about my great uncle so that you can truly appreciate and picture what comes next. He was a great big man, 400 pounds, and he apparently had an even larger personality. He couldn't go anywhere without being stopped. He knew everyone and everyone loved him.
Love it.
He was also a drinker who liked shiny things like the ginormous and not at all inconspicuous mint green Cadillac that he bought just before all of this happened.
Oh no.
Ugh. You know that thing because it's the late 60s.
Yeah.
So a mint green Cadillac from the late 60s.
Flashy.
Hi.
Is beef stroganoff going to end up all over it?
Well, let's find out.
Okay.
And then next word in this is onward. It's the night of the rehearsal and everyone is at the church. My dad and the groom's father slipped out early and headed to the lake house to make sure everything was set for the dinner. About halfway there, they approached a church whose sign advertised a potluck supper and noticed cars lined up and down both sides of the road. That in and of itself wasn't strange, but the fact that they were all dinged and dented and scratched up with shiny mint green paint was. My dad and the groom's father knew exactly what had happened and hightailed it out of there. When they reached the house, their fears were confirmed. There was my great uncle's mint green Cadillac precariously parked sideways in front of the house with the engine still running.
Oh my God.
And in the house was my great uncle passed out and snoring on the couch. They ran into the kitchen where there was no beef stroganoff to be found and immediately realized what they were looking for it in the wrong place. They went back down to the car, opened the door, and were greeted with a sight that can only be described as a crime scene of epic proportions. The entire white interior of his brand new Cadillac was, all caps, absolutely covered in beef stroganoff. It was in the glove box. It was dripping from the ceiling. It was everywhere.
Oh my God.
And the guests were due to arrive any minute. So my dad and the groom's dad did the only thing they could to salvage the evening. They got spatulas and scraped the beef stroganoff back into the pot. Then they climbed into the Cadillac and drove it up into the woods to hide it. Oh my God. Once the car was safely hidden away, they calmly went back in the house, cleaned themselves and my great uncle up, waited for the guests to arrive. And when they did, they served him up that beef stroganoff like nothing happened. XO and SSDGM, Kate.
Oh my God.
I just love it.
Like, these are the days when you could be an alcoholic and it was hilarious.
That's
not
right.
Troubling.
Now it would be like if he hit 8 cars, that's 8 lawsuits.
Yeah.
All the people that ate that scooped up food, they would sue him too.
Totally. Ew.
Imagine just the little things that would be in that beef stroganoff from the car. Well, it was new. The good news, it was new. But just little fibers and stuff.
Like picking stuff out of your teeth.
Fibers, maybe a random hair or two.
Current you is trying to get through today.
Future you would like it if you thought about tomorrow every once in a while.
Now both versions of you can work toward the same goal with Acorns.
Acorns is a smart way to give your money a chance to grow. You can sign up in minutes and start automatically investing, even if it's your spare change.
The Acorns potential screen shows you the power of compounding and how your money could grow over time. You can quickly adjust how much you're investing every day, week, or month to make sure you're always building towards your goals.
Whether you're just starting out or thinking about settling down, Acorns supports your big and small goals across every life stage. Sign up now and Acorns will boost your new account with a $5 bonus investment.
Join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $27 billion with Acorns.
Head to acorns.com/MFM or download the Acorns app to get started.
Paid non-client endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns.
Tier 2 compensation provided. Potential subject to various factors such as customers' accounts, age, and investment settings.
Does not include Acorns fees. Results do not predict or represent the performance of any Acorns portfolio. Investment results will vary. Investing involves risk.
Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
Capture your favorite summer feeling with Pandora Jewelry.
Discover a collection inspired by the sunshine, freedom, and unforgettable moments that make the season so special.
Whether you're planning a weekend getaway, gathering with friends, or simply soaking up every sunny day, Pandora Jewelry offers meaningful pieces designed to celebrate your unique story.
From sun-kissed metals that catch the light beautifully to personalized pieces ready to be engraved with your summer mantra, every detail is crafted to help you express yourself with confidence and style.
Explore charms, bracelets, rings, necklaces, and more, thoughtfully designed to complement every adventure and occasion.
Each design moves with you, from beach days and road trips to rooftop dinners, golden nights, and every memory in between.
Layer your favorite looks, mark life's meaningful moments, and create lasting reminders of a season you'll never want to forget.
Find the pieces that reflect who you are and where this summer takes you.
Shop Pandora Jewelry's new summer collection in-store or online at pandora.net and let your summer unfold.
Goodbye. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace.
Every successful small business starts with someone saying, I wonder if people would actually buy this.
Squarespace gives you everything you need to find out.
From consultations to events and experiences, you can showcase your skills with a customizable website designed to attract clients and grow your business.
With Squarespace's collection of cutting-edge design tools, anyone can build a beautiful, professional online presence that perfectly fits their brand or business.
Get paid on time with professional invoices and online payments. Plus, streamline your workflow with built-in appointment scheduling and email marketing tools.
Head to squarespace.com/murder for a free trial.
And when you're ready to launch, use offer code MURDER to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Goodbye.
Should we do one more?
Sure.
Okay. Do you have one to end on? I have one I can do.
Do it.
Okay. This is called Respiratory Therapist. Hi, my mom is a registered respiratory therapist in Las Vegas. Hi.
Brag.
Look, hi. She went back to school at the age of 48 and got her degree while raising my sister and I on her own. She's kind of my hero. Anyways, after she earned her degree, we had to move from Las Vegas to a college town in the Midwest. The town only had about 10,000 people in it, excluding the large number of students, but I'm just trying to paint the picture of how fucking small this place was compared to Las Vegas, where I grew up.
Okay.
Fair enough.
God.
Since the city was so tiny, the hospital only had less than 175 beds. In a facility so small, everyone took care of all the patients, but one of the first nights my mom started working there, she had to do what is called, in medical terms, a terminal extubation, or what we commonly known as pulling the plug. Extubation.
Extubation, right.
That sucks.
That's horrible.
A terminal extubation. I'd never heard that before. She had never taken someone off life support before, and she was understandably shaken. Reading about the procedure is different from doing it, you know? So she held back tears as she quickly and methodically disconnected the woman who was like 80 or something. I don't know, but she lived a full life and left the room so that the family could grieve the loss. She went into a supply room and shut the door just in time to cry her eyes out. It was the first time she had literally ended a life. After about 10 minutes and regaining her composure for the rest of the work night, my mom opened the door and all but tripped over the patient she had just disconnected from the ventilator. In those 10 minutes that my mom had gone into the supply room to be alone, her patient started breathing on her own again and even regained consciousness for the first time in over a month. What? They even had a conversation right there in the hall as the patient was being taken home by her family.
What?
My mom has since had to perform other terminal extubations, but her first is the one that she will never forget. Thought you would all like this story now that we're talking about almost any crazy thing. We think that you will all enjoy. That's true. Thank you for all the hard work that you put into this podcast. It gets me through my work days in a construction company, mostly consisting of men. They once even had a bet as to what I was listening to. They thought I was Katy Perry, and I had to admit to 3 grown men that no, I am not a firework. I am a murderino.
Yay.
Karen, thank you especially for talking about alcoholism so candidly. It helps me talk to my dad about his own. Oh, we were just talking about that.
Wow, yeah.
Much love, Brianna.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Here's what I love. And I'm sure it's collapsed timeline, but like the idea of like, well, we better unplug her. Goodbye. Cry, pull the tube out. Hey, what's up? Are you awake? All right, let's go.
Like, 10 minutes.
She's in the
she
hallway.
can go. She can get out of here.
You know what? Pull a doctor into that decision-making process.
Yeah, we thought this would last 5 minutes. You don't have any more time on the clock here, honey. We only have 175 beds.
They're like, we want to get her home. We want to celebrate. We're going to do Christmas in July. Let's get this taken care of.
That's right.
All right. Wow. That was a great one. We really dug in.
Yeah. We got to the heart of the matter.
It was a lot of physical, a lot of, a lot of human experience.
Yeah. Lots of gross stuff.
Yeah.
Which
is the good stuff.
Right.
Right.
Send us your weird, gross stuff. Maybe we'll do another junior high episode at some point or whatever.
Just whatever.
Yeah. Or my favorite murder Gmail is where you send it. Thanks for listening, you guys.
And stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Nice. Oh, where's that guy? Elvis? Want a cookie? Good boy.
The best time to think about home security is before you need it.
That's exactly why there's Simply Safe.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in has already happened, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Simply Safe's US-based live agents identify threats on your property and help deter them so intruders never get to your house.
The system is customizable so you can build one that fits your home and your specific needs.
The 24/7 professional monitoring is effective and affordable and won't lock you into a long-term contract.
I think that's what's so scary for so many people is that long-term contract. And like, what if it turns out you don't like it or need it, but they don't have that because they know you'll like it and you'll know that you need it and feel so much safer when you have it. Like at this point in my life, I would never go without a security system on my house. I just feel safer with actually having Simply Safe around.
There's a whole staff at Simply Safe that's waiting to talk to you and help you out. Right now, you can get 50% off your new system by visiting simplysafe.com/MFM.
That's half off at simplysafe.com/MFM.
There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Goodbye. Cheap Caribbean's Jet Set July sale is here.
Right now, save $200 on vacation packages of 4 nights or more with promo code 200BEACH.
Whether you're dreaming of Cancun, Jamaica, or the Dominican Republic, your next vacay just got more affordable.
Don't let summer pass you by without the beach.
Use promo code 200BEACH and get more sand for your dollar.
Head to cheapcaribbean.com today to book your beach vacay.
Goodbye. You know that fantasy where you run into your ex while looking impossibly cute and wildly unbothered? Hill House makes the perfect dress for that moment. Or if you're just running errands. Hill House Home is the brand behind the viral nap dress, known for its signature smocking, ultra-flattering fit, and comfort that makes it a favorite for just about everyone. Celebrities like Taylor Swift, Olivia Rodrigo, Anne Hathaway, and Mindy Kaling have all been spotted in Hill House. These dresses are the definition of versatile, perfect for running errands in the morning and stylish enough for dinner or a party that night. And it's not all they carry. They started with bedding back in 2016, and now you'll find bathrobes, pajamas, children's clothes, and maternity, all with the cutest prints. And it's so true. The hardest time picking out one nap dress because the prints are so dreamy and beautiful. But now that I have it, I'm going to wear it all day, every day. I'm going to throw on my leather jacket at night and look like a total badass. Cowboy boots or cute heels, whatever it is, this nap dress can make it look classy. You look like that classy lady you see at the airport. Hill House makes fun fashion that makes you feel good. Get 15% off your first order of $100 or more at hillhousehome.com with code MURDER15. That's MURDER15 for 15% off at hillhousehome.com. Goodbye.